Good afternoon. Well, actually, it's still morning here. Uh, so, wherever you are, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, welcome back. If you're a returning viewer, I just wanted to share a few things with you before I did my Learn to Knit video, which is not going to be part of this video. But I wanted to share a few things with you. And one thing I wanted to show you is I got a package today at my father-in-law's. It has my husband's name on it, but it's pretty sure it's for me. Yeah, it's for me. So this is how my UPS package arrived. I'm going to switch the camera around so you can see. Oh, well, I was going to switch the camera around so you could see it, but I don't think I can because I'm doing the recording thing. But here's my package. And as you can see, I hope, it came partly open. So I'm hoping everything is in there. So let's open it and see. See how loose that tape was? Of course, tape's loose. So everything should be in there because it wasn't really off unless you could pull everything out. This huge big box. Well, okay. This huge big box for this box. I have the best husband in the world. He got me a ring light. So I'll be setting that up. Soon and using it to do a Learn to Knit video and be using it and be using it for my other videos because it has a holder for my cell phone as well, and it plugs into my computer, which is really cool. I'm telling y'all, my husband has been extremely good to me this past week. He ordered me the ring light. He's letting me borrow a camera from work that sits on a stand and you can move it around and you can use it to show how to do something. So that's what I'm going to use today for the Learn to Knit video. But I also wanted to share what else he got me. Well, he also got me a billfold, but that hasn't come in yet. But that has nothing to do with knitting. So, I'm sure nobody really wants to see that. But he took me to Ollie's, one of the Ollies near us. We have two of them. Each of them are about 30 miles away. And I was able to get the Impeccable, Loops and Threads Impeccable in a mint, I guess it's a mint green. I was trying to find the color there. Yeah, mint. Isn't that pretty? He got me two of those. They were $1.99 each. They're soft. And as Crystal and Bag O' Day likes to say, scarfable. And I also got them in magenta. I think this is blowing it out, but it's a deep red. No, I think it's called Wine Knot is what it's called. I like that. Wine Knot. as in the drink of wine, not W-H-I-N-E, but W-I-N-E. The English language. Tell you what. It has 285 yards, it's 4.5 ounces, 260 meters, and 127.5 grams. It's a medium 4-weight, and it calls for a US H8 or a 5mm hook. And to be honest, I cannot see a 5mm US 8 needle. And it is machine washable and dryable. So I got 2 each of those colors. And I got It's a Wrap. But I only got one of those. They were $4.99 a piece. And I like these colors. They're nice. Oh, this is the wine knot. The other one was, the Impeccable was, was magenta. And this is wine, W-I-N-E, knot, which I thought was kind of cute. So It's a Wrap. It's very soft. Oh, it's so soft. It is a size 2. So you're going to use a smaller hook and needle. And this is why he got me the ring light, so I can see what I'm doing. It is a 2.75mm hook, which is a C2 and the same thing, it's a 2.75mm needle, and it's a US 2. And you can get a nice shawl out of one ball. And I love the colors in there. It has well, let me find the information, folks. Maybe it has information. It's acrylic. So are the other 4. They're acrylic. Oh, no, this one's acrylic cotton. So it's half acrylic, half cotton. It's 5.29 ounces, 150 grams, 623 yards, 570 meters. So there's plenty there for a really nice shawl if you use the recommended sizes, or if you go up and have a real lacy loose shawl, it would be very pretty. So that's what I've gotten. And like I said, I have just a billfold on the way as well. I needed a new one, and my husband, who works at a steady job, got me all this. I'm telling you guys, I'm spoiled rotten, and I'm lucky. I love him. He's a good man. He's a crocheter, so it's not like if he wants to use some yarn, I'm not going to deny him the use of any yarn. He bought some of it. And I want to tell a little story. I hope you don't mind. Oh, I'm starting to shake. I'm sorry. Let me sit this down. So I'm going to tell you how I got started. I come from a family of crafty people. My mom is not a crafty person as far as, crafts goes. She's more a gardener. She loves her flowers and her plants. But her sisters, oh my goodness. My grandmother Hale she could paint beautiful scenes and write beautiful poetry. My Aunt Shirley was very crafty. She did ceramics. She knits. She did glass work, stained glass. She does jewelry, and she does cards, and she can paint. And she just very, very crafty in that way. So, and then my other aunt, their sister, she liked to do, she taught me, probably me and my cousin, how to do origami and tie-dyeing and things like that. She was a librarian, so, crafts were her thing too. And books. Oh my, books. and I love to read. Then my Aunt Shirley taught us to cook. She didn't really teach me any craft, but when I started doing jewelry, she helped me with that a little bit. And then my Aunt Doris, my mom's, well, the family situation is a little weird. My mom's sister, she taught me how to bake, how to do some normal everyday cooking, where my other aunt taught us gourmet type stuff. So she taught me to cook, to knit, to sew, and to cross stitch. Knitting didn't quite stick with me, but when she taught me to cross stitch, I did do that for about 20 years. And then my son was coming along, so I wanted to make sure everything was cleaned up and put out of sight and out of mind, because I didn't want little hands to get a hold of little strings and little sharp needles, because he was wanting to put everything in his mouth. I mean, everything in his mouth. So I didn't want that around. And he was a joy to raise. So he come along, and I put all that up. And for first 6 years of his life, I was busy. I was a busy mom. I worked 12 and a half hour days. And then when I was off, I would do things with my son. So I didn't pick anything back up crafty-wise. I met a friend of mine's mom who was also a cross-stitcher, but she was a knitter too. I had forgotten that my aunt had taught me to knit. I thought she had taught me to crochet. But my friend told me one day, I said, you make everybody a pair of socks. I guess you don't like me as much as you do them. Picking around. I said, or you would have made me a pair. And she goes, nope, not going to make you a pair. I am going to teach you to knit. I said, okay, that'd be great, because I've been wanting to learn, thinking my aunt had tried to teach me to crochet. So we sat down. My son was 6. He wanted to learn too, but she didn't have the patience for him. I told him, I said, let Mama learn, and then Mama will teach you. So she taught me to cast on her way. I got that. It took a little time, but I got it, because it was the long tail. She taught me to knit. She taught me to purl. I caught on to all that, just, right in that couple of hours that we sat together and worked on it. And she said, you already know how. And I said, you know what? Maybe my Aunt Doris taught me to knit, not to, I gotta get a haircut, not to crochet. So then my friend said, well, here you go. Here's sock yarn and 5 double-pointed needles. You can make your own pair of socks, and here's how many you need to cast on and what you need to do. Well, I started trying to make those socks, and I got frustrated. My mother-in-law was using the round looms, the little plastic looms. She was using those and whipping out hats and scarves and shawls and whatnot. I said, I want to do that. So she taught me how to use that, and I learned more on it. Well, after a little while, and I didn't use them for long, after a little while, I got tired of trying to do pearls on the loom. Those require some rearranging and of stitches and things like that. And I said, I'm going back to knitting. I picked my knitting up, and I've been going at it for at least 20 and a half to 21 years. And here I sit now with my own YouTube channel. And I did work in a yarn shop. I love to teach others how to knit. I've even taught 5-year-olds how to knit. I help my aunt with her knitting, because I have passed her, I guess, in techniques and the like. She just likes simple. Of course, she's older. She's in her 70s, and when you get to be that age, even at my age of 57, almost 58, it's harder to learn something new. You get set in what you can do, and that's what you do. But you can learn. You have to want to do that. And she's happy where she's at, and she's happy with what she's doing, and she learned to crochet, and she switches back and forth and enjoys that. And crocheting, that's my husband crochets. I knit. I taught him to knit. He taught me some crochet, and we taught our son both things. So that's my story today, and that's really all I had to show and tell. So be on the lookout for my next video. It's going to, if you don't know how, it's going to be a learn to cast on, knit, and purl all in one setting, because the way I teach to knit doesn't take long to learn to actually knit. The way I teach you to cast on, sorry about that, y'all, is a lead into how to knit, and then purling is just a backwards knit. So I can teach all of that in one video, I think. So get ready, because that's the next one coming up. And I want to say thank you to everybody for coming. Please share, give me a thumbs up. A nice comment would be good. That's what helps get my channel noticed and out there. So for those who are waiting for me to get started with learning to knit, give me just a few minutes. I'm going to bring up my computer, get my stuff set up, and we're going to learn. Yay! Everyone, have a great day, a blessed day, and know you are loved. Bye.